All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, my new channel, which at this point in time has not been created yet, but I know I will create it, by the name of Imperfect Ponderings. So today I want to share why I've created this channel and who I am, and I guess what sort of impact I'm looking to have on myself and on the world through this channel. So my name is Ivan, and so I have I have another channel called A Stepping Stone, at A Stepping Stone, and for a while that was my main channel, or I guess it is, I don't know. Basically, I'm someone who thinks a lot and sometimes thinks too much for my own good, and I get very stuck in my head. I struggle a lot with perfectionism, which makes it hard to even do videos like this sometimes. And on that channel I've kind of done a whole lot of different things, capturing my self growth journey, trying to become the person I used to be when I was most proud and confident and fulfilled and happy, and I guess other stuff, doing vlogs and stuff. But I feel like on that channel I would get so stuck in my head just thinking like, oh, like, does this fit my channel? Like, because I would make videos kind of like this, and I would get so stuck in such a nonsensical frame of mind where I'm just worrying about, I haven't even created a video yet or done what I wanted to do, but I'm already worrying about what channel will it go to, does it fit the channel, will people watch it, like, will it ruin my algorithmic flow, all this kind of stuff. So I figured I'm just gonna make a channel dedicated to shit like this, where I share my imperfect ponderings, because I am someone who ponders a lot. And yeah, so I guess, who am I? I'll start with that. My name's Ivan. To most people, I'm just a random person on the internet. I'm a human being, like all of you guys, unless there's AI watching me, which there probably might be any year now. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a random guy in a random point in time in this crazy world. But I appreciate that you right there are here to share your existence in this very same timeline. And I guess, to explain in a more traditional way, I am from the United States of America. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. My parents are both Mexican though, but I'm, born and raised in the US of A. And I don't know. I went to college. Did you guys go to college? Remember, we were all supposed to go to college in my generation. I went to college. I went to college. I'm going off topic already. I went to college at University of California, Berkeley, supposedly the top public university in the world. And now I am jobless, although intentionally. Jesus, and I look crazy. I have bad hair, sorry. Actually, no, not sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I went to Berkeley, graduated as a global studies major, and I love seeing different cultures, traveling. I've always been very observant of human nature, human behavior, human dynamics in different social groups, social settings. And I just always enjoyed observing and thinking, pondering, and analyzing things. So, yeah. And since graduating, I went to China to teach for a year. And I think my whole worldview has kind of exploded since then. My life really changed, and I've been trying to basically travel as much as I can ever since. Live life on my own terms, pursue my dreams, be trusting in myself. And this channel is part of that, I guess, that goal, that manifesting all that, I guess you could say. And so, yeah, I guess that's some basic information about me. I'll jump more into the why now. Oh man. So why have I created this channel? That's a very good question. Thank you for asking. And if you didn't ask, thanks anyways for being here and listening. Why did I create this channel? Well, a lot of reasons. For one, it's what I just said. I'm on this path to being the best version of myself again, and that includes using my voice, sharing my truth, sharing my honest thoughts, my honest feelings, which is something that for most of my life I really struggled with. For most of my life I was interested in conflict, but very afraid and anxious about resolving conflict. My major, was actually global studies with a concentration on conflict, on peace and conflict. So, I don't know, maybe a bit ironic, maybe not. Maybe more so, there was that inner intuition that my major choice was correct. Proper. Jesus, why did I say that word? That sounds so weird. My major choice was correct. It felt the most right option at the time, although not too much was calling to me. But it felt like the right option, and I think it was the right option. Trust yourselves. I think sometimes we know more, or unconsciously we know what we want more than consciously. And so, yeah, I don't know why I tangented on that. Maybe you guys can remind me, but you can't. So let me think. Yeah. Imperfect ponderings. That's all I can say. Jesus, I really blanked. Okay. Well, yeah, my why. And Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, so okay, yeah. So I want to I want to be the best version of myself, and that includes using my voice. I guess talking more about things that are controversial, or I guess not being afraid to talk about things that might be controversial. Obviously approaching it appropriately, maturely. But yeah, I want to essentially improve my ability to to be myself, to be more honest, to be more, I use the words, cognitively resonant, the opposite of cognitive dissonance. So essentially, I want to feel proud and I want to feel good by living a life that is aligned with what I believe. Cognitive dissonance is when you feel discomfort from living a life that is contrary to your beliefs or your values. I don't know if people actually use the term cognitive resonance, but I think it makes sense. I like it. So I want to live a life aligned with what I believe. Aligned with what I believe is the ideal, fullest, best version of myself. And so, yeah. So that's part of it. Part of it is getting into the habit of sharing things, being less intimidated by negativity and trolls online or criticism or hate. Being, I guess, more self-assured, self-confident, self-trusting. Also to shift from, I want to shift from being a consumer to being a creator. I think that's honestly one of the biggest problems, at least in my life. I mean, we all experience the world in extremely different ways, and we have extremely different experiences that shape our worldview. In my opinion, from my observations and my own experience, from what I see, I feel like one of the biggest problems at hand, one of the most unhealthy things for us is like short form content, being super like brain rotted, dopamine out the wazoo. And it's scary, honestly. It's scary, particularly with like young children who are being brought up on iPads and just being raised by the internet. The internet can be a very scary place, a very unhealthy, dangerous place. And I mean, I'm 25 years old. I grew up like, I guess halfway of my life was like not having internet, and then the other half was like internet was everything. And so I feel like I've kind of seen both sides of the coin. When I was a kid, I remember my mom would always be like, "Oh, stop playing video games, like, or stop watching so much TV. It's rotting your brain." Like, I feel like that was all baby. What's the word? That was like baby bucks. I don't know if that's the right word, but like games, TV are just so small scale compared to what's out there now. That's just like super hyper stimulating, super fast paced, no room for thought, for analysis, for interpretation, for feeling. And I feel like that's what dominates. It's what dominates like the YouTube scene. I mean, it dominates a lot of things. TikTok especially is like that. Snapchat, Instagram, I'm sure for those of you around my generation or below me, it's probably even worse. But I've had periods of my life where I'm pretty addicted to swiping. Instagram discovery, swiping, Snapchat reels, or I might have mixed those up, but luckily I never got on TikTok, and I think my life is probably much better for it. But I want to, create, but also create content that I believe in and that I feel the world needs. I want to be the change I want to see in the world, and I want to create content that's honest, that's raw. On my main channel, I've explored doing like travel vlogs and stuff, but in a more raw form. But I guess for this channel, I want to just be honest and share my honest thoughts. I feel like there's a particular comfort and connection in seeing someone be genuine and honest. And like, I mean, I've seen videos kind of like this of other people online It's always really strange to experience. But yeah, I mean, I want to. I feel like there needs to be a shift back to like dialing things down and like, I guess, I don't know. I think being super dopamined out, I mean, it's destroying our ability to live fulfilling lives, to take joy in things, to appreciate things, to problem solve, to tackle our own inner issues. I think we live in a world where it's so easy to distract ourselves and to avoid. And I've been someone who for a lot of my life did those very same things. Played video games way too long, especially through COVID. Had really negative influences in my friend group, really toxic friend group. And I feel like when it comes to pursuing your dreams or pursuing a life that you truly enjoy and believe in, it's so hard to do that when we're so hardwired to distract. And that's something, even just me creating this channel, me doing this right here, right now, is something that if I didn't detox in the past like week from, I got back into Reddit and scrolling Instagram, I feel like if I didn't do that, and if I didn't give myself the space and time to think and set intentions for the new year and reflect on the last year, I feel like this would not be happening right now. But I already feel really good for doing this, and I feel like this is really gonna get the ball rolling. And yeah, but if you, there's a there's a YouTube channel, guy named Dr. K, healthygamer.gg is his channel, and I recently listened to a podcast of his about why nothing makes you happy, is what it was called, I think. And I feel like it applied really well to me, and I definitely recommend checking it out. But the main idea was, a lot of us are really unhappy because we aren't doing things that are fulfilling to us. We have such high extreme goals, and we think in extreme ways and absolutes. We think, oh, we'll never do this, like I'll always be like this. Like we basically set our sights really long term, really far. And the whole idea is, in my interpretation, the main idea is, if your life is shit, yes, you can improve aspects of your life, and that will help you feel more motivated and feel more dopamine. Essentially, like, if your life is a 3 out of 30, even if you improve your life 1 point to 4 out of 30, you're still gonna feel like shit. Like, dopamine in your brain rewards you in proportion to where you kind of expect yourself to be in life. So if I'm setting all these huge goals and I'm trying to focus on all of them at the same time, even if I make big strides in one, because that gap is still so big, because I'm only at a 4 out of 30, I'm gonna get 4 out of 30 dopamine hits. Whereas if I have an excellent life and I am at 27 out of 30, and I'd get 1 more point from, like, I don't know, getting a raise, or I don't know, getting a new fulfilling job, and now I'm at 27 out of 30, I'm gonna get 27 out of 30 for the hit of dopamine. So essentially, it's kind of crazy, but essentially the more miserable you are, the harder it is to stop being miserable. The more life is going well, the easier it is for life to go well. And it makes perfect sense. Because, yeah, I mean, I remember in my own life, in my own experiences, when life was really good, everything was good, man. When life was really shit, everything was shit, was miserable. And so, yeah. So basically, in my own journey, in order to get that ball rolling, to feel rewarded by the things I do. Part of that is lowering my expectations, which how better to lower my expectations than making the expectation of this channel to be imperfect, because I mean, we can never be perfect. So I want to be imperfect. I also want to lower the scope, just focus on one thing at a time, one video at a time, not worry so much about where each video needs to go and blah 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 blah, all these things. I think this will really help me to focus on just, anything I want to talk about, I can do it. I just record, upload it to this channel. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not expected to be perfect. And I already feel like that's really gonna help. And I feel like a lot of us I feel like in the US particularly, in my opinion, my observations, my experience, my feelings, I feel that many people are very unhappy, very miserable, very stressed, very tied to things that will fundamentally not bring fulfillment or joy. And I think I'll do a whole video on that topic later, but I guess in short, that's all to say that I think it's something that is very much needed. A lot of us consume only. We only consume. And I think a lot of us could live much more fulfilling, joyful, contented lives if we give ourselves more space and time to be to ourselves, to have those honest conversations with ourselves, and I guess to figure out what you want out of life, what you want to do, what you dream of doing, and dream big, but lower that scope, take those small steps. That's my belief. That's what I'm chasing right now. That's what this channel is right now. That's what this video is right now. So yeah, let's see, what else did I miss? Did I miss anything else on my why? I guess the last thing would be, since I travel a lot, I feel like, I think I already just feel like the way I see the world, I feel like there's no one that really like understands or connects. I don't know. My life is really strange and really all over the place, and I feel like I don't really know anyone else that is kind of in that spot, or like also I guess trying to like pursue their dreams. And so I guess over time I feel more and more disconnected from others, and like I have no one to have these conversations with or share these thoughts with. I feel like no one would understand or cares to understand sometimes. So yeah, I mean, part of it is I want to be able to share honest, vulnerable, I guess, insights, thoughts, observations. I want to spark, that's the one. That's what I want to say. I want to spark dialogue. I guess I'll be initiating the dialogue, but I guess it'd be really cool to have a place where, this channel being that place, where I can talk about things and create a conversation and, have people chime in, share their own experiences, their own thoughts. People don't need to agree with me, never. But we all live very different lives, all have very different experiences, and I think there's a lot of value in using our voice and sharing, or getting behind someone who speaks for us, who shares our perspective or shares our truth. I think that's one of the really cool things about the internet and YouTube and social media, although there's many negative things. But yeah, I guess it'd be really cool to make these kind of videos and have people chime in, talk about their own experiences, their own thoughts, how it resonated with them, some things didn't make sense, or any questions, any concerns, any compliments. You can compliment me and my sexy hair. I had to do it. Um, yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like that'd be pretty freaking cool. And just talking all this out, I already feel really good, and I feel excited almost about that idea of what this could become. And I think it'd be really cool. And I think the world really needs more. I think we all need to protect our peace. We need to protect our own well-being. We're only human, and we're only one individual. But I think the world can be a much better place. I mean, everything starts with just one person. And I think the world can be a much better place if we were more engaged and empathetic and understanding and caring and involved in what's going on in the world or in our communities. I mean, whatever, And I think for myself, that's something I was afraid to do for a very long time. And I feel like I'm finally getting over that fear and working on that. And that's what this channel is helping to do. So, yeah, I hope that all makes sense. I think it all makes sense. But I never really know. I mean, to start, I'm initiating a one-way conversation. It's just a monologue, a lecture of some sort. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, if anyone watched. I'm excited to see where this goes. I hope you guys are excited and can join me too. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time and your energy. Hope you guys I don't know. Hope you guys have a good one. And let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. I welcome it very much. I encourage it. Whatever you want to say. And let's see where this goes, I guess. And let me think for 10 seconds if I missed anything. And I'll give you guys a chance to ponder for 10 seconds. You know what? Even if I did miss anything, this is a place for imperfect ponderings after all, so it's expected. I think that's a pretty good introduction to what this channel is as of now in this point in time, and who I am and what I'm trying to do here and the impact I'm trying to have. Yeah, my brain's quiet, so I assume I probably have covered my bases. So I'll leave it there. Oh, and I gotta get going. I'll give you guys a view of this beach I'm at. I'm currently in the Bay Area, California. Alameda. Shout out my Californians. And yeah, this is just the start. Much more to come. Hope you'll join me. And take care. Peace.